Today I'm going to walk you through how I approach a posterior labral repair. All my posterior labral repair patients are positioned in a beach chair. When I'm doing my posterior labral repair, my posterior portal is the key to this procedure. You can get away with it when you're doing anterior labrums. When you're doing a posterior labrum, I tend to be a little bit more superior and lateral with my portal. This allows me to have a better working angle at the posterior labrum. You'll see when we get into the shoulder, it allows for better position of both your anchor as well as passing of your suture lasso. After getting into the shoulder, you see here the benefit of having this far posterior and superior portal. It gives you a good at least 45-degree angle on this posterior glenoid. Through this anterior portal, I'd be probing this for the pathology of this procedure. You can see this displaced posterior labrum tear on this individual. All right, as you see here, we've switched. Now we're viewing through an anterior cannula, and I'm working through the posterior cannula. One thing I do want you to see here is what a great trajectory we have now at this glenoid. So when you're more superior and more lateral with your posterior cannula, you get a perfect trajectory at this posterior glenoid. And I'm probing this displaced labrum tear here. Traditionally, this technique calls for placement of the anchor first and then the lasso second. And I found myself when I first started doing this procedure that I would get them tangled up, especially when I'm doing a single portal technique. Then I switched over to passing the suture lasso first, and I found that it really solved that problem for me. And I'll show you here. So we'll start very inferior with a 90-degree straight suture lasso. I get under this capsulolabral tissue, and I pass it right under the articular margin area where the labrum meets articular cartilage. I'll pass the suture lasso directly into the shoulder. Then I'll use a fiber wire grasper or a kingfisher to grab the suture lasso out of the shoulder joint. So the next thing I'll do, I'll use a straight or a curved drill guide, and depends on your portal position which drill guide you're going to ask for. Here we have a straight drill guide. Now I put this directly down onto the glenoid. I get it into the position I want to be. You can see again that posterior portal gives us a really nice trajectory onto that glenoid surface. Now I drill down, it's a hard stop, and I'll take my Knotless FiberTak and I'll place it right down through this cannulated drill guide. And I'll knock it down, and again, you get a hard stop on this. Next, I'll release the sutures from the top of the anchor. I'll separate them, pull out my guide. And you want to make sure here, before you move on, you set this anchor, and there you go. You get a good, nice, hard, firm stop when you're doing it. Next, I'll take a kingfisher. I come in, and I grab the wire, and I grab the blue repair stitch that we're clear in our cannula. I will pass my repair stitch into my suture lasso. And give yourself enough so that way you can come out of this single portal. Now I will watch this as it shuttles through, and I'll pull this down, and there you go. You see it go through without any knotting in a single portal technique. Now that your repair suture has been placed, I grab that, and then you grab the more thin of the two passing sutures within the anchor. You see that there. Now I pull this through. Again, I ensure that these are not tied up or tangled within my anchor. After I've grasped my repair stitch and my passing suture, I put my repair stitch through the shuttling suture down to this purple pre-marked area, and I pinch it off. And I take short tugs as I get it to the cannula, and then I pass that directly through the anchor, and now my repair stitch could be tensioned to my desired tension level. This is what I really love about this anchor. All right, as you see here, we've placed our first anchor. We've tensioned the posterior band of the inferior glenohumeral ligament. And again, I want to reiterate, passing this suture lasso first allows you to shuttle all these sutures as well as a suture lasso using a single portal technique without ever worrying about knotting them up in this anchor. And after you've placed it and tensioned your labrum to your desired tensioning position, put this down and you cut it flush with the labral repair. So I think setting the tension through your first anchor is key. You can see here, we've tensioned nicely this posterior band of the inferior glenohumeral ligament. Now we'll work our way up the posterior glenoid. Again, passing our suture lasso first to avoid knotting of sutures within our cannula. I will pass this suture lasso into the glenohumeral space. Now I'm ready for the drill guide, but you see here how I have nice control of that posterior labrum. So the really nice thing about using this Knotless FiberTak is A, it's a very small pilot hole. 2, it allows you to get several anchors for really nice stability. Every one you add gives added stability into this labral repair. Another thing is there's been a trend now to put your anchors a little bit more onto the face of the glenoid to create a really nice bumper. And I think switching over into this really small all suture anchor has really helped me do that with very minimal effects to the cartilage of the shoulder. So I'll usually place these about 2 millimeters apart from each other, again, directly onto this posterior glenoid face. After I drill it, it's a hard stop on the drill guide. I'll place my anchor through the cannulated drill guide. And we do this to a hard stop. Now I'll grab my repair suture as well as my suture lasso. And as you see here, now I pulled that through, and now we'll watch as we shuttle this repair stitch through this labrum, again, without ever knotting it up in the anchor. So now I'll retrieve my repair stitch that went around the labrum, and I'll go for the more rounded and smaller passing suture. Now that I know we're not knotted up within my cannula, I'll take my repair stitch into this shuttling suture, pinch it off with my thumb, and again, really short tugs into your cannula. It allows you to, again, with a single suture, really tension this labrum very nicely. So now we've placed a total of 2 anchors. We're going to put several more in this, and I'll come back and show you the final repair. So as you can see here, our final result, we fixed this posterior labrum with a total of 5 suture anchors. And passing the suture lasso first, we were able to do this without worrying about getting the suture tangled within this single portal technique. We got a really nice repair, a nice bumper there, really tensioned nicely this posterior band of the inferior glenohumeral ligament. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this technique helps you with your future posterior labral repairs.